next guest tonight is an Emmy Award-winning actor you know. If Beale Street could talk, Zola, and Euphoria, he now stars in Rustin.
Each of us are taught in ways both cunning and cruel that we are inadequate, incomplete. And the easiest way to combat that feeling of not being enough is to find someone we consider less than. Less than because they are poorer than us, or because they are darker than us, or because they desire someone our churches and our laws say they should not desire. When we tell ourselves such lies, start to live and believe such lies, we do the work of our oppressors by oppressing ourselves. Strom Thurmond and Hoover don't give a shit about me. What they really want to destroy is all of us coming together and demanding this country change.
Please welcome back to The Late Show, Colman Domingo. Nice to see you again.
It's good to see you
Thanks
again.
for coming back.
I call you my good luck charm.
Am I? Well, I know the last time you were here, you were nominated for an Emmy, and right after that, you won it.
That's why you're my good luck charm.
All right.
Thank you.
It's an honor. Okay, you're now starring in 2 very critically acclaimed films and nominated for a Golden Globe. Really, this is a Colman Domingo moment. Okay, we're in the middle of the Domingo-sance here.
Oh, I like that. That's
and
good.
Here's the thing: is that I heard that like 9 years ago you were thinking of just giving it up.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious. I mean, it's wonderful that things have turned out for you right now the way they are. But if you could go back, is there something you'd want to say to that person 9 years ago who's having that crisis of confidence?
I would tell you what I did tell that person who was having that crisis. I would say to trust that you're an artist and to trust that what's for you is for you. To really, really honestly, it's like navigating the life of an artist is not easy. It really is, you know, it is picking up bartending shifts, it's teaching, it's doing odd jobs and things like that and building a life. But I feel like just to hang in there and to trust as long as you feel like you have purpose and something to say, that I'm telling you, I'm having a moment where suddenly it's all coming, it's a big wave coming back to me of all that I've poured in for years, and regional theaters and off-Broadway and bartending and everything else. Hang in there, my young lady.
Now, we just saw you in that clip as Bayard Rustin.
Yeah.
And for those who aren't familiar, and that's him reading the riot act to Martin Luther King right there. For those who don't know, who was he? What figure was he in the civil rights movement that he had that intimate and powerful relationship with King?
Well, first of all, he was the one who really inspired Dr. King on his ideologies about passive resistance. He, teachings of Gandhi, et cetera. He was very much an outlier in the world. He was raised Quaker, black guy from Westchester, Pennsylvania. He played the lute and sang Elizabethan love songs. And he also organized the March on Washington, which is wild. But he was wildly hidden into the shadows of history because he was openly gay.
Wow, openly gay in the early 1960s.
In 1963, which was not only, just imagine, there was no out or open at that time. It would devastate, not only his career, his livelihood, but also bring harm to his body.
Well, was there a worry within the civil rights community? Is that the conversation that's going on right now, that perhaps the fact that he is openly gay is going to be damaging to the movement because Strom Thurmond and J. Edgar Hoover are going to use him as like a wedge?
Absolutely. I mean, there was also infighting from his, from other groups as well. Just imagine, in 1963, everyone tries to think that everyone was so kumbaya and we're doing this together. But no, there was all these leaders with lots of, fiery thoughts and ideas on how to get this done. And it took an outlier like Bayard Rustin to coalesce everyone and form coalitions and see how we can all move this forward together. So I think that outsider part of him, in every single way, was also his superpower.
Do you enjoy playing a real person?
I do.
Are there people still with us who had an intimate connection with Bayard Rustin that you could use as reference or even like worry about their judgment?
Yes, especially there's one in particular who I'm on a text feed with pretty much every day. She's become my Jewish mama. Her name is Rochelle Horowitz, and she's also depicted in our film. And she really, I wanted to do her and Walter Nagel, Bayard's partner, justice. I wanted to really make sure that they were proud of it because I wanted to get the soul of the character. I didn't want mimicry.
Well, he's got a very specific vocal cadence and
Yes.
vocal style.
Yes.
Like, what's your prep for that as an artist?
Okay, get this. When I was researching Bayard Rustin, there's a couple things. I went to his imagery and also went to recordings of his voice. Now, he had a, okay, I'll show you this. Some of his imagery, you have images of this guy in 1963, the way he would sit and stand, he would always put his hand like this, you know what I mean? And then he would fling his arms nice and open and wide and things at different moments, you know? So, but there's lots of imagery. We don't stand like this, walking around like this anymore, do we? Do you?
Not as much as I should.
Okay, good. And he had this vocal quality. His voice was like higher pitched and reedy, you know, but he also had a affected dialect. He gave himself a mid-Atlantic standard accent.
Sure.
Yeah, like Katharine
Sure.
Hepburn or,
Exactly.
you know, or something like that.
Respectable.
But, yeah, very respectable. But he also had, it was slightly British as well, but it always changed. So my voice is very deep and resonant, and I would just work to pitch my voice higher and higher and higher until it was a bit more like Bayard. Actually, this is the way Bayard really spoke, a bit more like this. That you can't maintain for a whole film. People would think that was a caricature. So I sort of brought it to this middle ground and sort of placed it and used it in scenes in interesting ways, you know, all that stuff that we do.
Now, this film is produced, some people might know, is produced by a couple of wonderful filmmakers, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, the Obamas.
Yeah.
Here you are. Here you are. With a former president, with your husband, here right there, and here you are with Michelle Obama. There you are. That's lovely. Did you have the chance to hang out at all? Get to know him at all?
We do. The wildest thing about that picture in particular, I think I got very comfortable in a way that I don't know if I was supposed to. Like, because that was at the Obama's holiday party, and they were playing some song. I think it was Jay-Z or something. I'm walking in because I'm, ooh, that's my song. I'm like, I'm throwing hands up, and then I say Obama, and he's like doing that too, and I'm like, hey! And I go over to him, we're dancing. I think we're doing body language. I'm like, wait, am I doing this right now? And then I'm slapping him on the arm and the back, and I'm like, is Secret Service about to come out here and get me? This is all too much. But we have a very friendly relationship, and they couldn't be more supportive of the film.
They're absolutely lovely people.
Yeah. I mean, look at her. She's
Come on.
holding my face. I mean, I love anyone who holds a face is an amazing human being.
Wow. Well, Colman, I want to thank you for being here. Rustin is available now on Netflix. It's Colman Domingo, everybody. We'll be right back.